Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be walking you through my current go-to summer glam bronzy look. I don't really know what I'm going to call this, but this is basically my favorite type of makeup to do whenever I'm not doing like everyday like 10-minute makeup. So this has been like my kind of go-to bronze smoky eye. It's really easy to achieve. This look is not quick by any means, but it's definitely really easy. It's glowy skin, great coverage, glossy lips, bronzy eyes, of course. And it's basically kind of like a step up from everyday makeup. It's still very neutral, but I think it's very summer appropriate. And the fact that it's all I'm wearing, of course, is key, especially in the summer heat. So I have some new favorites, current favorites, holy grails, just all the good stuff in here. And I have a mixture here of also drugstore and high-end, of course. And I also want to thank today's sponsor, which is Haley's Beauty. It's always a pleasure to work with a brand that I've already been using for so long. It's been almost 2 years since I discovered them, and they make some of my holy grail complexion products. You guys know they're vegan, cruelty-free, and I use them all the time because they really are that good. And they actually recently launched a new product that I've been using for the past couple months, and I'm going to share it with you guys, and I'm super excited because it's really great, full coverage, and you guys will love it. It's become a summer staple for me. So big shout out to them for working with me in today's video. I know I work with them a lot, but it's because, like I said, I really love them. Like, genuinely, I use them all the time, on camera, off camera, when I'm working with them, whenever I'm not working with them. They just have great stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you grab a snack, and also if you are new, make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the bell that way you're notified every single time I upload. And if you're not eating, then grab your makeup brushes and let's hang out, have some girl time, and get glam together. All right, so we are starting off with brows first. I'm still using the same exact brow products, if you guys are wondering, but I figured I would show everything from start to finish because I know a lot of you guys like full face looks, like from brows to lips to everything. So even though it's kind of repetitive, I'm gonna show it anyways because it's a full face. Also on my lips right now, I just have on the Milani Diamond lip gloss. It's just like a clear lip gloss, but you guys, this is like a newer favorite for me. First of all, the smell. It smells like something from my childhood. Like, it smells like something that I used to use, and I don't remember what it was, but it smells just like it. It's different. It doesn't smell like most lip products nowadays. It honestly feels like a lip mask, but it's like in a lip gloss kind of form. That's why I really like it. Like, before makeup, it just feels really good. It's kind of like a lip oil in a way, but it feels like a lip mask. It's so weird, but I really like it. And the smell, you guys, it's amazing. Anyways, that's what's on my lips. I'm gonna start off, like always, with my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This one is in the shade Black. I love this, can't get enough. This is my go-to, and it comes in a bunch of different colors. The formula is great, and it's 10 bucks, so you need it. I'm just gonna outline my brows. I actually just did my brows, and I also shaved my face. So I'm really excited to do my makeup today because I feel like the application after I shave my face is always like the best, and it always looks the smoothest. I have a whole video on how I shave my face if you guys are interested. Then for pomade, I'm still using my NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. This one is also in the shade Black. I like the shade Black that NYX has because it's not too dark, but it's like dark enough. This is what it looks like. Mine's a little dried because I have had it for a few months at this point. Then I'm going to use my NYX Full Coverage Concealer. This one's in the shade Beige. I actually got a new one. So I stocked up on this a few months back. I found this at TJ Maxx, which was so random, but this is my favorite concealer for cleaning up the brows. Like, something about the formula, I just love it. It's so funny because doing this is like so 2015, 2016, but like I still do it. I still basically kind of do my brows like everybody used to do back in the day. I just can't get onto these new brow trends like on me. I think they look good on everybody else, and then on me, I'm just like, All right, brows are all done. Now we're gonna jump into the eyes, which are super, super simple. So I'm gonna start off with an eye primer, and I'm gonna use this one from NYX. This is the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Base. This is truly waterproof. This is like one of the best ones at the drugstore. I'm gonna be doing a video on like my top 3 in every category. That is coming very soon. That's probably actually gonna be like my next upload, so stay tuned for that. But you guys know I have so many favorites in each category. So when I saw Kathleen Lights doing that video, I was like, okay, I have to film that. I really love favorites videos. They're my favorite types of videos, I think, to watch from people. Now for eyeshadows, I'm gonna use the eyeshadow duo in Hot Couple from Milani. So this is really cool because you get 2 colors, a matte and like a little shimmery color. These come in a bunch of different shades, but I love this color because it's just like that perfect kind of bronzy duo. And this is pretty much all that I use as my eyeshadow, this and like the inner corner highlight. So technically you can create this look with just 3 eyeshadows. And that is the duo swatched. So you can see it's just like a true bronzy duo, but I love it. So I'm actually going to start with the shimmer first. And then I'm gonna take the matte shade and I'm just gonna apply that on the outer crease or outer portion, and then I'm gonna bring it up into my crease a little bit. And then I'm gonna use a different brush and I'm gonna take a little bit more of that matte shade. This color is really pigmented, so just be careful. A little bit goes a long way. And I'm just gonna take that and just run that in the crease, just to kind of smoke this out and diffuse it a little bit more, and then it's gonna kind of make it look like you have a really complicated smoky eye, but really it's just 2 colors. And you can always also use your finger as well with these colors and just pack it on. So I like to add a little bit more just so I don't lose that shimmer because it's so pretty. All right, so I'm gonna curl up my lashes and do mascara. And I've actually really been enjoying the new e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara. This is really voluminous, but it's not clumpy. The formula is like really lightweight. It's not as wet as their Lash It Loud Volume Mascara. So if you didn't like that one, I think you would really like this one if you're looking for something more voluminous. I really like this one a lot. And the wand is nice and big. Kind of looks like a two-faced wand or something. But I feel like it's a lot less clumpy. So it also, I feel like, provides separation while also like volumizing the lashes. Like, it's really good. For lashes, I'm going to go in with the Michaela X Glam Light Collab lashes, and these are in the style Code Orange. These have been my favorite. You can clearly see they've been very much used. I've pretty much been using these lashes like nonstop, not just with this look, but if I ever do like winged liner or just like in general, whenever I do something that's not like everyday makeup, I usually am wearing these lashes. I just keep picking off the lash glue, cleaning them off with alcohol, and just keep reusing them. That's why they look like this, but I'm going to wear them again today because I love them, especially with this look. They're not too dramatic, but they're dramatic enough for me. And I wish that they sold these separately because I want like 20 pairs because they're that good. I'm also going to tightline my upper waterline. I'm going to use this liner later on for my waterline as well. But this is the Urban Decay Perversion liner. I love these. I know that they're pricey, but I love the formula. They're very long wearing and they come in a bunch of different colors, but this is like the blackest one that they have. Hopefully these lashes look okay today because I can't even tell you guys how many times I have reused these lashes. Like, it's probably more than what I should, but I just love them. Look at that difference, you guys. This is such a simple eye look, but I think with this lashes, it just like elevates the look. It just makes it a little bit more glam. I'm actually gonna see if you can buy these separately when I'm done filming this. I need these. I'm such a creature of habit too. Like, once I start loving something, like I won't stop. Like, I'll just keep wearing it, using it over and over again. I actually just looked on Glamlight's website. It doesn't look like you can get these lashes separately. So another pair that I really love that I don't want to say are identical, but they're kind of similar. They give me that kind of wispy open eye are the Foam Ink lashes from Lily Lashes in the style Miami. These are also really pretty, and these are some of my go-tos as well that I love for certain looks. And I have a ton of favorite drugstore lashes as well, and I have an entire dedicated video if you guys want to check that out and discover some other lashes, so I will link that down below for you guys. But let's move into the skin now. So I'm going to start off with some primer water, and I'm going to use my Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'm using this before and after to set the makeup. This is my favorite drugstore setting spray. It's so good. It's just a very neutral, universal setting spray that anybody could use. It's not going to alter the finish of your skin or your foundation or anything. It's just neutral, but it really makes your makeup last. So in the summer, this is a must for me. So I'm going to drown my skin in this. Okay, now for primer. This is kind of like a little bit of an extra moment, but I love this combo. So if you guys have been watching my videos the past couple weeks, you know that I've been using this primer nonstop. It's the Milani SPF BFF primer. This has SPF 30 in it, and I still use my normal SPF like with my skincare and everything, but I mean, a little bit more of course won't hurt. And this just is basically like a moisturizer. Like, that's what it feels like. It's super hydrating, and that's why I like it, because whenever I go in with any foundation, I feel like they just glide on over top really smoothly onto my skin no matter what foundation I use. And it's because of this, and I always like to just make sure my skin is nice and hydrated, but this also makes your makeup last. So it's a win-win. And I have the tiniest bit left. Like you can see, I've used this thing up a lot. So I use this pretty much every time I do my makeup because it gives me that hydration, the SPF, but it also makes my makeup last. So it's like a triple win. So this primer is great. It's just very hydrating, but it doesn't do anything as far as like filling in your pores or anything like that. So whenever I do this look and I just want to be super smoothed out, I love to use the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer. This is so good. You just need a little bit, and I do about like that much. Like you literally just need the tiniest bit. But I like to just focus this on my pores. Pretty much like my T-zone, I should say, because that is where I have the most texture and larger pores, and this will just like smooth everything out. And what I like about this is that it doesn't have any silicone in it, so it's not gonna like slip and slide everywhere. It's like actually very smoothing, but it's like really lightweight. It's not drying. The texture of it is almost like a gel, but like it's very unique, but I really like it, and it looks good with a lot of different foundations. Now for foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. I know that Tati recently did a video on this, and I think this is like sold out everywhere, but if you guys can get your hands on this, it is so good. This is actually one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I mentioned it a few months back when I did a video on my favorite drugstore foundations. So what I love about this is that it's hydrating. It gives you the prettiest, most natural dew to your skin, but it's also like really heavy duty coverage, especially when you build it up. Most really great coverage foundations, I feel like, usually tend to have a soft matte finish. So it's nice to be able to get such great coverage with something that is so hydrating and dewy, but that looks so smoothed and airbrushed, but at the same time, it's very long wearing. And the best part is this is only $11. And I have this one in the shade 040 Neutral Hazel. So I do about a pump, and that's pretty much all that I feel like I need. I'm not breaking out or anything, knock on wood, but it's gonna be that time of the month soon, so I know the breakouts are coming. Actually, I do have some breakouts. And I'm using my Hailey's Beauty Brilliant Kabuki brush. I love this brush for foundation. It looks good with like any foundation, any BB cream, tinted moisturizer. I use this every single time I do my makeup. I love it. And usually with one pump, I can always like build it up too if needed. So for me, like one pump is perfect. And I just like to kind of add product from the back of my hand. And you can just see like how smooth and just like porcelain your skin will look with this foundation. I love it. The proof is in the pudding, you guys. It looks so good. I think it looks good either or with a brush or with a sponge, but I have just been loving this brush, like I said, with all of my foundations, that I pretty much only use a sponge for my under eyes. I don't really use a sponge for all over the face that much anymore because this brush has replaced like everything that I use. Now for concealer, I'm super excited to finally share this with you guys because I've been using this kind of like behind the scenes nonstop, and this is the new Hailey's Beauty Rewind Blurring Full Coverage Concealer. I have mine in the shade Light Neutral. It matches me perfectly. I love this. This is actually their newest product. It is super full coverage, has a really beautiful soft powder finish, but it's not drying under the eyes. I also love the metal applicator that it has because it's very cooling under the eyes, especially if you're doing your makeup in the morning. It's super weightless, creamy, blendable. You can use this under your eyes. You can use this to spot conceal. So what I like to do is just apply the product right on the back of my hand, and then from there apply it with my finger to my under eyes. This for me just prevents me from using an excess amount of product because the first time that I used this, it was just way too much, and it is so full coverage, so I feel like for me, like a dime size amount is really all that you need for your under eyes. And to blend this out, I'm using the Remix Complexion sponge, which is an exact beauty blender dupe. The days are over where you spend $20 on a beauty sponge. Get this one instead. It's super bouncy, squishy, latex free, and it's perfect for any cream product. And I'm not really one to use matte concealers that much anymore, especially under my eyes, because they just tend to be super drying and they just don't really blend properly, but something about this and like the formula is great. So I love this because it really is like second skin, but with full coverage. And this concealer is also formulated with diamond powder, which helps to even out your skin tone and decrease the appearance of wrinkles. This packaging is 100% recyclable. As long as you cut the metal applicator off, you're good to go. And if you guys do decide to shop around on Hailey'sBeauty.com, if you use my code JUICY, you get $5 off any purchase of $25 or more. So check out this concealer if you're looking for something that's long wearing, full coverage with a soft matte finish that won't dry your under eyes out. So Link will be below. Now we're gonna do some cream bronzer because I need it with this look. So I have really been loving the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and I like mixing both of these together. So I have the shade Tan Lines, and then I also like to mix it with Bronzed Belle. Mixing the two just creates my perfect shade. This formula is creamy, natural, bouncy, lightweight, easy to work with. It's kind of like their putty blushes. And comparing this to their cream contour palette that they have, I feel like these are a little bit more natural. You definitely have to build them up if you want more color on your skin, where I feel like the cream contour palette is a little bit more pigmented right off the bat. But I love this formula because I feel like it's great for every day and it's really easy to work with. So what I like to do is dip into Tan Lines, and then I dip into Bronzed Belle and kind of just go back and forth. And I'm gonna use my Fenty 125 face brush, and I'm gonna just stipple that on. You can see it's just super, super natural. So if you want to start getting into cream products, but you don't really want to commit to something that's really pigmented or difficult to blend, this is it. I think also for the price, you cannot beat it because like it's really good. The formula is amazing, but like that price point, it just makes it that much better. Also, check the description box. I will leave like my jewelry and my shirt and everything linked down below for you guys if you're interested as well. So all the deets will be down below. Also wanted to mention, whenever I apply this product, it doesn't remove any of my foundation or like any of my products that I have on beforehand. And then for blush, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and this one is in Bahamas, and this is another classic favorite. And then I think with today's look, since it's very like warm and bronzy, we gotta keep the cheeks warm and bronzy as well. So for this, I'm actually gonna use a different brush. I have this one from Real Techniques. It is the medium sculpting brush. Now to set all the creams, I'm gonna go in with the Hailey's Beauty Retouch Soft Focus Finishing Powder. This is my holy grail setting powder. And by the way, let's talk about this packaging. So this is actually their old packaging, and this is their new packaging. If you guys purchase this, this is the packaging that you will get. This is just an old one that I have because I completely ran out of the new packaging powder that I have. Like there was not even a drop of powder in there left. But I found this little gem in my collection, and I of course had to use it because this is one of my holy grail setting powders. It is super smoothing and blurring. It has spherical powder in it, so that's what's gonna give you that really soft finish. And I just feel like my makeup always lasts the longest and looks the smoothest whenever I use this powder. It really extends my makeup and I don't have to worry about touching up throughout the day. So I like to apply this with my sponge under my eyes and on my T-zone, and then I will take a brush and set the rest of my makeup with a little bit of the powder as well. And to apply the powder, I'm using the Hailey's Brilliant Powder Brush. The bristles are super soft, and this brush in particular, you could use it for powder or also for bronzer. It's a good, like, versatile brush. So you guys know I love the powder, and it's a very great setting powder, but it's not a brightening powder. So I always like to go in and just highlight the under eyes a little bit with my Bare Minerals Well Rested Powdered Concealer. And then I'm using my Real Techniques setting brush, and I am going to just apply this right under my eyes. I like to use this as a topper versus a setting powder because I think it looks the best that way. Something that I started doing also is applying the powder from the outer corner to the inner corners. I just feel like it looks so good. And this powdered concealer works really well with any translucent powder, but my favorite combo is with the Hailey's Beauty powder, just because the Hailey's powder is so smooth, like it really is. The more that you add, the brighter look you're going to get. And obviously my under eyes are not perfect. I am not claiming that. I don't have any under eye filler or anything. I've thought about it so many times because I hate my little fine lines. They're always there. They're always gonna be there, you know, but yeah, I've always had them. So I go back and forth with under eye filler, but I don't know. I get so worried about doing anything to my face. That's why I haven't done it. And I always talk about it and I'm always like, Then I'm gonna go in with powder, blush, and bronzer. I'm gonna start with the bronzer first. I'm using the Fenty Instant Warmth Bronzer. This one's actually in Private Island. I love the shade Shady Biz. That is like my jam, my perfect color, but I picked this up a few months back and it's a little bit of a warmer, darker color than Shady Biz, but I really like it now in the summertime because I think it's just perfect with this look. So I pretty much just go over the bronzer, like the cream bronzer that I did. I'm also gonna take some down the sides of my nose. Kind of like extend it from the eyeshadow to the nose Now for powdered blush, I'm going to use the LA Girl Island Hottie Blush Palette, another favorite. So my blush and bronzer is one of those things that switches out the most in my makeup routine usually, because I just have so many favorites, but I usually just rotate out all of my favorites and use different ones. But this is truly one of my favorite blushes, and I'm just going to mix all 4 colors. And I know everybody always says like, what's the point of doing cream blush and cream bronzer just to add more powder bronzer and powder blush over top? But it's kind of like when you apply foundation and concealer and then you set it with a powder. So you really just do that just to prolong all of your creams. So totally optional, you don't have to, but very extra, but I like the look of it as well. I'm just gonna take this and just apply some to the apples of my cheeks, blending it upwards towards the bronzer. I also do some on my nose, and then I'll even do a little bit on the forehead because I just love blush. Now for highlighter, I have a newer little affordable palette that I have been loving, and this palette is from Believe Beauty. This is the Luminizing Glow Trio. This one is in On Cloud 9. This is so pretty. You can get Believe Beauty at Dollar General, and I just use a little bit of this because it is intense, like just... This is like $5, you guys, and the colors are so buttery and pigmented. They're not chalky or chunky or glittery. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this bronzy color, and I'm gonna mix it with the white shade. And I'm just gonna pop that right on the cheekbones. Look at that glow. And that's just me like being super, super light-handed. It makes your skin look like smooth and wet and glowy, but like not glittery. The formula of these is so nice. And like I said, this palette, I think it's like $5, like super, super affordable, because with Believe Beauty, nothing is over $5, so. Did you just hear my stomach growling? I am gonna make some food after this, some breakfast. Now let's do lips, and then we will finish up with the eyes, and then we'll be all done. Still loving my NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in London. I actually picked up a new one because the other one that I had was so tiny, you guys. Like I got it all the way down to here. It was like probably the tiniest lip liner I've ever used up. But this color is so good. I love it because it's like very warm and peachy, and the formula of these is very smooth. You can even fill in your entire lips with this lip liner. I mean, it's so good, and it's like $4. Now for lipstick, this is my all-time favorite nude lipstick, and I hate to say it because it is pricey, but this is actually my second tube. I had one when I was traveling and I think I lost it. I had like a little tiny bit left, but I had a backup because you know a product is good and you know I love it when I have backups of it in my collection. So this is just like that perfect nude on my skin tone. It's like peachy, brown, there's no pink undertones to it. Like it's really just like that brown peachy nude. And I wear this all the time on its own with lip gloss, just like all the time. It's super creamy, it lasts a long time, it smells really good. I have yet to find like an exact dupe for this, but trust me, I'm looking because I know it's pricey. And there's a lot of great drugstore lipsticks that I love, but something about this color, I just always go back to it because of the color. So it is so comfortable also, like just on its own, but I'm still loving the NYX This Is Milky lip glosses, and this one in Milk and Honey. This is like literally the perfect nude, and I love all the colors in here, but this is my favorite shade. All right, the final thing we're gonna do is finish up these lower lashes, which is really simple. All I'm gonna do is take the Milani Eyeshadow Duo once again, and I'm just gonna take the matte color and just smudge it on the lower lashes. And no matter what kind of look I do, I always like a really bright inner corner. So I'm just gonna go back into that Believe Beauty eyeshadow or highlighter palette. But you could use these as eyeshadows as well, which is why they're great. But I'm gonna take the lightest shade and I'm gonna just apply that in the inner corners. And with this, I am spraying my brush just because I am concentrating the product. So I want it to be really vibrant and to really pop. That always helps. And this is almost white, but it kind of has like a yellowish kind of undertone to it. For eyeliner, I'm using the Urban Decay Perversion liner that I was using earlier, and I'm just gonna use this to line my waterline. Sometimes with this look, I will do brown, but I really love the way black looks because I just feel like it adds to like the smokiness, you know what I mean? It just makes it a little bit more glam. Then I'm gonna coat the lower lashes and we'll be all done. You know what? Let me actually set my makeup first and then I will go in with mascara. That way I don't get any mascara particles all over my under eyes because the under eyes are looking good and I don't wanna ruin anything right now. So I'm gonna just use the Milani Make It Last spray, and we'll be on our way. So this is the completed look, and can we just take a moment, you guys, because I really love this look. It's very summery, very glowy, but it's gonna last, and I love all of these products. They work beautifully together, and I just love the combination of all of them together. So check the description box below. I will link everything that I mentioned for you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye.